Hi, I'm Matt, and I'll be one of the product managers on our carving knife project. So what we're going to take a look at today is how to organize a product structure using 3D Product Architect.
Once I log into the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, you'll see we have a notification from Tracy, and she's assigned a task to us. We'll go ahead and click on that task, and it'll fire up our task window so we can see what she's assigned and what she's expecting. So it looks like I'm responsible for documenting the engineering change itself and creating a new revision of the carving knife for our carving knife project. So let me go ahead and drag that into InWorks so Tracy knows that I'm working on this portion of the project. And let's switch over to our product structure editor. Okay. This is part of the 3D Product Architect. And what this allows me to do is open up an existing assembly structure and make modifications to it right here in my web browser. I don't need SOLIDWORKS. I can do all my work right here in the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. So let me go ahead and grab the carving knife from our project folder. I'll go ahead and open that up. And you can see it shows me the existing assembly structure for our carving knife, which is currently released. Okay, gives me a nice preview on the right-hand side. It's all released. Everything has a part number. And what this means is we're going to need to create a new revision of this carving knife. So I can simply select this knife and tell it I want to create a new revision. I'm going to go ahead and enter in a comment as to why we're doing this. We're going to go ahead and create a cordless version of this knife. So I'm going to go ahead and detail so everybody knows why we're creating a Rev B. And this opens both Rev A and Rev B up in my window here. And you can see it shows me which revision is the latest and which one isn't. I get a red X showing me it's an older revision and a green check mark showing a current revision. Basically, it just created a copy of the assembly, Rev B, but it's in work. So let me close Rev A. I don't want to work on that. That one's already released for manufacturing, that one. And let's work on our Rev B carving knife. Okay. Again, a nice preview. If I highlight on things, we can see them over on the right-hand side. I don't need my old handle, so we'll go ahead and remove it from the assembly. Just a right-click. I can delete it out of the assembly. Okay. Now we just have our knife mechanism. Now I need to add in a new handle. We're going to create a new handle to wrap around a battery pack. So right here in my web browser, I can tell SOLIDWORKS that I want to add either a part or an assembly to this product structure. I'm going to add a part. It brings up a list of my templates. Okay, so I can go ahead and just grab the SOLIDWORKS template that I want to use. We'll grab my part template, give it a name and a description. And this is creating an actual SOLIDWORKS part in this carving knife assembly form. And as you can see, we don't even have to use SOLIDWORKS. Right here in a web browser, we created a new SOLIDWORKS part, and we're going to go ahead and put it into my assembly. Okay. Now, this new handle doesn't have a part number, so we can go ahead and assign a part number to it. Simple right-click, assign a part number. And I'll just pull the next one out of the list. And now I need a battery pack. Okay, so we need a carving knife, but I also need a battery pack in my assembly. So we'll go ahead and, in this time, instead of adding a new component, we'll add an existing part. And I can go ahead and just search on anything. Part number, description, anything I remember. I know I need a lithium-ion battery pack, so we'll go ahead and type that in. And we'll find my project workspace. And we'll grab this lithium-ion battery pack. And you can see, not only does it add it to the assembly in my feature tree on the left-hand side, but it also adds it over in my preview window. And it has the whole assembly. If I select this, I can narrow it down by the existing part, the subassembly, or the overall top-level assembly. I can grab that subassembly and I can actually kind of place that roughly where it's going to go. So I can give Wayne, who's going to be assembling this for us, an idea of where I want this battery pack inside of the new carving knife assembly. So I have a lot of tools here. I have a nice triad, so I can move, rotate using this robot, and I can place it roughly where I want it so Wayne has an idea of where this battery pack's going to go. Okay, so that's finished. Looks pretty good. Next thing I need to do is I need to copy this over to my folder so that everybody knows what we're going to do and everybody knows which part they want to work on. So you can see right here in the browser, it lists all the parts. I can just grab this knife and I can drag it and drop it to another tab in my browser. I'll drag it over to my file structure here, my file explorer, and we'll just drop it in. Everybody has access to these folders, and now they can access these files. They don't have to search for them. Now, I've finished my task here, and we're going to let Tracy know, but before we do that, right, Tracy has a timeline for everything, but if I've finished early, I can go ahead and let Wayne and Sarah know that, hey, this is ready, and they can go ahead and get an early start on assembling the battery pack and creating the new handle design. So I'm just going to take a quick snapshot of this, and we're going to create a post, and we're going to post this off into our message board, into our community, where Wayne and Sarah will see that this part's done, and even though they've also been assigned a task, they can get an early start on their task. Again, it's just a convenient way to communicate with the entire design team. If I send Wayne and Sarah an email, they're the only two that are going to see it. But here in my project board, everybody in the carving knife project is going to see how it's progressing. Okay? So there's the post from my viewer, and we're going to go ahead and just quickly tag Sarah and Wayne in this post. They'll get that way. They get a notification. They know that it's in there. It's always nice to get a pop-up telling you that somebody's mentioned you in a post. So you can just quickly tag Wayne just by starting to type his name, and then Sarah the same way. Just start typing her name, and they're going to know, along with the rest of the team, that the revision's been created and we're ready to start the new design on this cordless carving knife. Okay. Now that everybody's been notified that the project's ready, I'm going to go ahead and let Tracy know that I'm done with my task. So we'll come back over here to my tasks, my to-do list, and we're going to drag this to complete. Always feels good to drag those off into the complete bucket. And then, so that she doesn't have to hunt around for that assembly, I can simply click on this task, go down into the deliverables, and I can attach that carving knife right here as a deliverable to my task. So Tracy can pop open this task, she can grab that carving knife to take a look at it and see what we've done. So that's how quick and easy it is to modify a product structure right here in a web browser. Didn't even have to go into SOLIDWORKS. Just one of the benefits of the 3DEXPERIENCE platform.